They're stacked up, 5 strong, out towards A, and they're about to be met by a couple ZXiF. Oh, up on his front foot, and there it is. ZXiF to find the first. And speaking of zeldris, we say goodbye early in this one, Dust.
Indeed we do, and they're not, wasting any time still trying to pursue this fight. Paint shells come in, but they're largely satchel past. Jonah 6, Genghsta though still able to pick him up.
And good utility already, right? Coming out from the harbor. We already see the wall go up. The cascade blocks off everything, and Fear and have to give respect to, but he's been shut down in just about every single one of these rounds. Narrowly dying first here in this one as well, but he does get healed up. The A hit now looks similar to what we saw previously. Snake bites are down, nebulous smokes are out in the site. This time has been assumed with no casualties.
I've got your trail.
Yeah, no one has fallen for either team, as we are seeing Disguise try to set up for the retake at this point. ZXiF trying to use the showstopper after getting the frag on zeldris, but gets stuffed. Does at least clear underneath Heaven, so limits one of the angles they have to worry about as they approach the site.
And a blast pack to try and help him out. Unfortunately, the long angle wasn't quite being held until it was, as Genghsta trades back the kill, but it's not enough just yet. As Genghsta falls, it's all up to Clear. The player who started the round with a bit of damage, unfortunately, doesn't have but a bit of time, as Lear and Nilly will look to play the clock as that spike continues to tick. The first one decapitated. Clear probably gonna have to stick this one here. Nilly gonna look to get aggressive. Spike goes halfway, and unfortunately he'll hop off to try and find the frag, but finally OR are on the board. Are they expecting the operator here? Poison Cloud out. Clear gonna walk forward, maybe show a bit too much. No, spots heaps of enemies, and he'll teleport safety, not before taking one with him.
Yeah, Cosmic Divide goes down, though, to secure the site. The spike will go down, but again, that's a huge frag to go ahead and get before the spike gets planted. Now the Seekers are coming out. They're landing their stuns. Now the
Spike planted.
ult of Genghsta also going to start wreaking some havoc.
And the information, unfortunately, did not come through, right? Because of that ultimate, they couldn't necessarily spot everything. The Cosmic Divide gonna make it a little bit harder, but it did scramble the site for just a second. But OREsports, they're still on it. 2 players inside main, 2 players backside playing the high-low. zeldris to find the first. Unfortunately, Jonah gonna get spammed through the wall and taken down. Now it's all up to the players inside main, and a rocket is sent their way as Nilly survives for a moment longer. But a moment is all it was as the cove goes down, the spike gets defused, and Disguise do it again.
Definitely a small victory for Disguised in that way, where they slow down this B attack a bit and they get some free damage off, but now the real push begins.
Yeah, good. Playing counterflash there with ZXiF. He drops down. He's able to take a couple with him. Still has the paint shells available, and Lear. Well, Lear got Phantom Moment at the start of this round, and he was only walking around with 10 HP, and it's not enough to win the 1v3, 1v4 for the site, and Nilly's gonna have to do the same. Left all on his lonesome. The Viper, unfortunately, gets Phantom Moment himself down to 10 HP, not before finding the first in Exalt. But just an impossible round to win here.
In the final round of it.
And neither will the start to this round, but zeldris on the other side just pushes right through it, says, guys, let's take the fight right to him. And, well, the fight's been won thus far. Blast pack onto the side of the knives. Unfortunately, gonna go wide. Jonah gets met before sending the rocket, but it finds a trade, and Genghsta on the opposite side of his wall. He's Mr. Multi-Kill again for Disguise as the numbers find themselves even here in the B site fight. It goes the way of OREsports for now. zeldris gonna look to get that spike planted, but he's completely isolated on this site by himself. He needs help from Nilly. He's still working his way through Heaven. He's gonna be met by Clear, and now it's all up to zeldris. The young gun here, the firepower for OREsports. With the knives just about expended. 8 rounds left, and the Vandal finds the first. The second just around the corner, but a reload with 2 blades, full magazine, and a 1v1. No, Exalt is running him down inside main, and it looks like he's ready for it. No, he's not. Sleeps on the angle. Exalt will take the round.
So it definitely has kind of a multi-use in that way, but I mean, this guy's wasting no time using the rest of that utility of the harbor to just cross into site safely, get the plant. Paint shells, though, will disrupt that spike plant.
High Tide does have a lengthy timer on it, though. Will be coming down soon as it starts to hide. Steel to take the first fight, but Genghsta to find that kill instead. Meanwhile, OREsports all dropping down for Heaven, and they're starting to find the frags. First with the Frenzy goes the way of Lear. Jonah 6 gonna scoop one up of his own. Now there's a cove to play through as the blast pack goes in. Nilly works his way onto the site, and all 3 are here. 2 of them now left back site, and there's a paint shell at their feet. There's no escaping the death. It's all OREsports here in the retake. It's all Jonah 6.
The test B Heaven, perhaps, but Lear jiggling it, waiting to counter.
Sneaks away unscathed. Cascade out, though. Going to make it hard to fight back for that space. Cove also going to allow for a bit more safe passage. The close range angles, I don't think these bode well here for Disguise. No, they don't. It's the Spectres that are starting to get it done. With 33 HP, forced to reload was Lear, so he's been taken down. Exalt, play off the site. Okay.
What?
30
That
seconds
was
left.
very awkward. I would love to see that again. So that just blocked his vision. Either way, it's still looking like it's going to go the way of OREsports. Just no
10
time for
seconds
Exalt.
left. One enemy remaining.
Well,
I take
Well.
that back.
yeah, let him cook. Exalt with 59 health finds 2 kills. One of the craziest kills we've seen thus far on the day. And a poison orb to his name, and he'll finally start this retake on the side again. The 1v1, and the paranoia starts to set in as Exalt. Ready on the close angle, spots Nilly heading the wrong way, and Exalt awarded the ace.
Stinger as well, which is far from ideal. Still does get spotted out there by the Trailblazer. They're trying to run him down, and they're going to successfully do so. Steel decides to go towards the vents. Couldn't really back up and get away. And oh no, though, that's not really what you want to be doing.
Hey, he got his. Jonah got his. Unfortunately, trades his life for it, but that's what happens when you play with explosives. Sometimes you get burnt on the opposite end, and you still have to be scared if you're OREsports, right? At 3v4, we saw what just happened. Well, when Exalt was still alive, unfortunately, he is not, and the rest of the team is starting to fall behind XXiF as well. Good spray from Genghsta. Unfortunately, not Mr. Multi-Kill this time around. It's OREsports with a beautiful retake. The only thing that didn't change was first kill, first death, where he was negative both weeks in dying early in these rounds. So that is something that Steel is no stranger to. Meanwhile, look at this Cascade, okay, from deep, and it's got just enough height. Unfortunately, XXiF does not have enough health. A couple of blades will do the trick. Zeldris just rears up for some more.
Yeah, obviously not a whole lot here for Disguise this round. So getting a spike plan is actually kind of just a nice reward, considering what they have invested into this round is practically nothing. Just some sheriffs and a frenzy, basic utility. What more can they get out of it, though, is the question. I don't
Here
like
in this
that.
one, okay, the frenzies, yeah, Zeldris kind of just putting himself out on an island. Didn't really have a whole lot of help behind him as the flash comes out. Steel turns it and finds the kill. Pure gonna work his way forward. The rifle doing good for 2. Unfortunately, the spray gets a little weird. Genghsta finds 1 for himself. Now a rifle picked up, but forced to reload. And the DK is there. Genghsta on 8 of his own HP. And Clear's gonna do it himself. Gangsta's not needed.
And they are also falling far behind on their map pick here against Disguise.
Yeah, I was expecting to see something. Unfortunately, this is what we've got a whole lot of. It's just DSG now running it down. OREsports. Oh my, okay, some way, somehow on the wrong side of the wall. XXiF still awarded 1, and guess what? He spotted everybody there for OREsports. Surely they'll be corralled and they try and retake this site. The pit is down and it's deep into screens. Steel there with the shorty in hands. DSG 5 players standing strong. Now down to 4. Pure gonna pick up 1. He walks his way out into heaven onto the Raptors. Unfortunately met by Genghsta. Zeldris there to trade it back. It's all up to Zeldris and Lear to try and hang on, but the spam. The flash goes into the smoke. Zeldris goes high up once more, and Exalt will put a pin in it. Closes the book on split and sends OR packing 13-6. Got a map one under their belt, but they'll have to do it in the next 2, and it starts right here as a quick dash onto the site clears all the way through, and Nilly just trying to get out of dodge. Dodge is out on the shock darts, will find his first. That's Steel to fall, staying true to the first death of the squad. And all said and done, the bodies drop. We're even across the board, but unfortunately Zeldris a bit too far to help Pure in this situation, so they'll both back away.
Yeah, Spike just gets collected by Genghsta. He'll be able to bring it to the site now. The plant. XXiF just playing the corner where he can watch someone coming through from garage, as well as still being able to watch the stairs. They're gathering up together to press stairs. I like that they're staying together just to play the trades, but they're not required. Genghsta says to other areas of the map, so even though that A didn't quite go the way that they wanted, they still got some frags, and they still had XXiF out in middle to get them to this C site now. They will be able to put down the spike. Delayed a little bit there by the aftershock of Jonah, but still ultimately man advantage for Disguise. They still have ults if they need them. That spike is going to go down.
And the flashes are out. Here to find the first. ZXiF looks away from the flash, and he's still planted his feet backside as the paranoia will force Nilly away. And this right here, it's a tall drink. Unfortunately, Nilly
kind of have to lurk around. He pressures Garage with that window smoke. Teammates will use it to control that area as well. And again, just look at how quickly DSG darts between different types of map control.
And it really helps when you can confirm the control like that, right? When you have the firepower, really, of XXiF, Exalt, and Genghsta, the three consistent names that come to mind. What can you even do if you're OREsports, right? You have to worry about this lurk every single time, and this guy's just winning every single fight. XXiF, how about it? 3 kills on the round. A smoke about to go down. It's the judge in hand. Swaps back to the rifle. There's the 4th. Give it to him, baby! It's XXiF for the ace.
That would have been big, but instead only gets to 1, which means his team is still down a man post-plant, and the flanking option is there for the retake for OREsports. This should be one of those rounds, if you're OR, that you have to come up with now.
Not a whole lot stopping you from securing this round. Nobody looking to play post plants off the site. Instead, Genghsta wants to push aggressively, and okay, numbers now evened up as Nilly can hop his way out, drops down hell, and awards Genghsta another. He's happy to have those 2 kills as Lear will look to hop away. Now Genghsta has to do it himself and almost does, but as PureVNS.
Yeah, it avoids that early shock dart.
Just out of range, though. Stun comes out, and it's a little too far. Nobody able to answer to the players that were out that way. As the flashes come through, the stuns come through, all the bodies push out towards mid. But it's Lear to gather the first. Steel also falling here on the map, swinging out from doors. Unfortunately, could not answer with the rest of the team. And Lear's still here. He still wants to fight. He's got 19 HP, and he's going to find Clear on the opposite side. Yes, he is. Confirm it. 3 kills on the pistol round, and OREsports in a good start here to their second half. I think it was ZXiF. Couldn't really play off of it. You go for the rifles either way. That round goes the way of OREsports. Meanwhile, just as we saw the Jet do in the last half, Clear gonna go aggressive. Unfortunately, doesn't find too much. Exalto trying to help him out here. It's the duelist initiator combo. Flashes with the Jet, and well, we go 1 for 1. Genghsta taken down. Exalt will find one onto Jonah 6, and XXiF is very, very comfortable here on this B side as he just lets Nilly walk on through. Steel now gonna have to try and answer this one. Through the smoke comes just about the rest of the squad for OREsports, and they're trying to take the fight right to him, but DSG are winning it out. Exalt for 3 on the round, and DSG back in the win column. This defense, admittedly, a little weaker than I was expecting from Disguise. Oh no, Steel in an awful spot. Shrouded step to try and get to safety, and in the meantime, his teammate's the one that gets tagged up. It's XXiF. Trying to wrap his head around what's going on, so he leaves the site open to OREsports. They'll take that one with ease, but look at this, Dust. They want to go quick right here. Spike not even going to get planted. Rolling Thunder for Rolling Thunder. We go. Everybody stunned up. Aftershock, nobody home. And the Spike yet to go down as Exalt the first to fall. Clear will get one back. Stunned up R2, and Steel's right on top of his teammate. Zeldris happily collects a double kill. Unfortunately, Clear is gone. XXiF is left. Surely, and it looks like they're ready for anybody to work this way. Stars being recalled. Util's out. Oh my goodness, but damage mitigated. A 1 for 1 thus far as the op shot doesn't land either, and Clear has nowhere to go, so he will be dealt with on the inverse. It's 2 players dead for DSG.
Spike, though, still at long, so it's going to take a long time getting back to site the plant, which is giving a lot of time for Disguise to get into position to set up this retake. They are a man behind, though, and OR has a really firm grasp of Garage, and yeah, Genghsta just had no clue.
When you look at the economy, you see Exalt is far away from it. Steel, however, still playing out from long, still playing the range. Smoke out onto the Spike. Shrouded step to push on forward. The paranoia there behind it. Exalt now wants to fight forward. This one a winnable 2v2 as Steel will find another. It's all up to Nilly playing on the inside. Here of Garage, just 2 players swing, and he's not gonna line them up. No way DSG just did that. The Shadows is already used. Steel's made his way onto the site. They're expecting the hit to be right where it is. Dash onto the site. Zeldris the first one in. Shock dart damage. Steel, though, on the opposite side. Not even worried about the Jet. Will take down 2 of his teammates. And now Genghsta looks to hold onto the site as Clear goes wide on the op shot, and Nilly will punish. Lockdown on the opposite end, but 1 to match. Here from the defense. That Spike slowly moonwalking to safety here. They haven't yet committed it.
No, they have not indeed.
Now they walk forward. It's still here. Nilly pushes up, finds the 3rd on the round for him. XXiF now with 20 HP has to find his counterpart, but he's got the Spike down at his feet. Nilly on the reload. Zip on the swing. Through the box. The shots will go, and it's Nilly. 4 on the round. OREsports take the lead. To work every single time. Just hit the site quick. Find the punish. Steal. Speaking of punish, he's going to get punished himself. Nilly, who found 4 in the last, will pick up the first. Here in the last round of regulation, an early lockdown here forces everybody back. Rolling Thunder, though, to try and fight the 2 players, the 2 defenders working through the spawn, and Genghsta still on the angle, but completely stunned up. So as they give up the site, Exalt goes aggressive, leaps up, finds the first headshot with the Guardian. Unfortunately, the updraft makes it too tricky. No, it doesn't, Exalt! What are you doing? Lear now has to try and pick up the pieces, but Clear is here to sit him down. And that being Steal, so he escapes being the first death for the team. However, keeps the damage, dash on into the smoke, a shorty out, 2 smokes to play with the cloud burst, and Zeldris is in, Zeldris is down. That's the op to fall as Lear backs away. Has an idea of tossing out the owl drone, but they know where everybody's at. They don't need that extra information. Meanwhile, Jonah pushing aggressively, catches 2 off guard, almost makes it 3 as Exalt picks up right where he left off. A tap onto the spike, and he walks into the spray of Nilly. Now only 1 remains. It's XXiF, and he needs to try and not only find the spike, but find these fights. The dark cover down. The spike might be retrievable, but as the nebula subsides, Nilly closes out the round, and OREsports take the lead in OT. I love that look, though, right? What was the OR attack? It was 5 towards A or 5 towards C. So what do? They op out towards A, 3 defenders out towards C, and that's not even the call, though. B site finally shown as a weakness here for DSG and their defense. The shock darts are out, the spike is planted, and everybody's still alive.
Yep, it's going to be the old classic B plan. Everyone fall back mid and play post plan. The difference here, though, is you actually had 2 players playing over towards A lobby. That could be a long con flank to B link from A site.
When Zeldris to take the fight with XXiF, and he'll win it out. That's a player down already for the defense. Working against the clock, working a player down, and still util on the spike, as here comes that long con that you mentioned. A flash on the backside, Exalt out towards mid, can't find the first. Steal there to trade him out, but he's the last one standing, and it's not for long. It looked scary, but then it looked doable for OREsports as they take us the distance. We're headed to a map 3.
Information on this A hit and call for rotations through middle, but that's also being watched by XXiF. So Steel and XXiF kind of have the top and bottom of the maps covered while the spike's making its way into the site. It's going to be a very interesting play.
And finally, that turret will ping. Finds one on the site, finds one out towards Art, and Nilly happy to have that kill onto XXiF. So it's a lot of stall potential as that spike gets planted, a lot of post-plant potential gone as Genghsta stuck on the site. And I say stuck, but he just fights his way back site, and now it's all up to PureVNS here. Right angle just yet. We'll see if DSG look to head back the opposite way as we go. Flashes out and over the top off the map is the best way to do it, so the rest of your team is not affected. And well, no defenders home. We'll see how easy it is to get this plant down. Nobody really even in a position to spam here.
No, it's going to have to be the retake, that's for certain. It's going to be the 5-on-5 at that. We do have a Rolling Thunder available for Jonah to clear out the main site itself, but it wouldn't dislodge anyone playing deep long B. Plus, there's also a late flank option here for XXiF.
Okay. Gravity well from Steel. It pulls Lear right into the open, and there's another player behind it. Steel picks up 2. Another Rolling Thunder forces the defenders away. 1 inside the link. That's XXiF. We'll see how long it takes for this play to finally come to fruition, and it does just that. And unfortunately for Pure, 2 players still to worry about, and a ticking bomb at his feet, and it was not enough. What a round from DS.
It's one of those things, though, where he made them burn so much utility just to stop him from getting B link control, which he winds up with anyway. And now the site will get executed. Now the lockdown's going to come in. It's going to push these players off site, but not before they get plant, and they get the play from long B, and they have the spike planted for them there. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to still win this.
And Exalt just going to tuck away. Doesn't want to play the long angle while he gets detained. Another Rolling Thunder out towards long, though. You mentioned this one before. Dust, how much does it mean when everybody's so far away? Out comes the Aftershock and force the players off the pillar. Look at the taps from XXiF, though. Collects 2 of his own, leaves it all up to Nilly with the operator, and he's headed for the hills.
It's just stat padding, I guess, dude. Maybe not the most impactful frags for winning a round, but certainly keeping their economy in check and also just kind of making them look silly. Those little flashes of individual antics is what makes you know it's worth it to kind of train them.
A good Nanoswarm here to clear out this close angle. That unfortunately, the null command just didn't matter. Nilly holds down the mouse one. The Bulldog takes a bite out of two, but they're traded right back. And unfortunately, one of two can be resurrected. So our esports still going to be working down a player as Steel. Okay, play the pillar, baby. Play the pillar, baby. Steel will do just that.
Oh my god. I mean, I almost have never seen an interaction like that in a pro match where dude's playing behind pillar at Long B. Like, that is ridiculous. What a wild ride.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Things get a little awkward over here. Tanner Mutro for Dust only, but to the broadcast, so apologies on that. I was talking about the defense, Dust, but the defenders are already down a player.
Indeed they are.
And Lear's in a awkward spot. He's got a fault line to help him out. Maybe too close to the fault line. Oh my god, Zeldris. Okay, we talked about the young gun and Clear, but how about it? 4 kills to the Jet. He wants the 5th. Genghsta will deny. And again, Genghsta in a situation where he could get the 4 kills, sure. The time of the essence. And the look this time, 3 players aggressive out towards B once more. That C's found nothing, and it's seemingly a full retake here on this A site. Nilly to make sure that nobody plays on. Yellow drone spots one. Steel might just get spammed as he leaps his way through the site, unfortunately. Again, on thin ice, Cosmic Divide comes down, and they're looking to go quick as soon as this subsides. They want to try and fight forward, but it's a Nanoswarm kill. It's a shorty kill. Back and forth we go. We continue to do so as Zeldris eventually going to be dealt with. Exalt, we're going to make sure he does that. XXiF with a huge round here to keep DSG in it. It's 3 kills on it. The tap onto the spike. Cosmic Divide still up.
Which they're doing a pretty good job at selling this. It's keeping a lot of attention, but look, the Killjoy and Astro Utility is still on A site. They have not ran away.
No, not at all. Clear also is narrowly dodging out on some of this util, and that decay, it's starting to set on in. The first one spotted, that's Jonah taken down, and only took a body shot. Lear, now the next one up. No, they go back to back. Things get awkward for a second. Cosmic Divide out towards the A site. The spike will start to get planted as Clear. We'll find another kill here on B. Spike goes down, and so does Steel. Now OR get to play with the clock. Nilly not ready for the push here through Art. The lockdown available, this one to be invested to try and secure this round and tie us up as Pure tries to bite off a bit more than he could chew in a situation that was dire. And unfortunately, that should be the end of the round for OR.
Yeah, Clear did such a good job holding B by himself that it never really allowed OREsports to truly sell any sort of fake there. Like, that's just easy pickings for DSG to grab a 5-on-4 advantage early here. Jonah going to pick up the operator that was dropped and see if he can still try to make a play here. Nice flash, though, kind of keeps the op at bay and keeps the B defense in place. Prowler will confirm some more intel, but that's a big op shot, and that's going to load up the Rolling Thunder to start taking the site.
Yeah, a huge kill there. Clear. A lot was invested for Clear to stay alive. That flash allowed for the jump peek. They get the information. He picks a different angle, and Jonah picks him off. So 1 for 1 thus far. It's a Viper down, so you won't have that wall out towards long. Steel obviously working with a couple of stars, able to get 1 down to try and cut off vision. Meanwhile, that operator still pushing aggressively, and Aftershock finds a kill onto Exalt. And Jonah is starting to run away with this round here for OREsports. Genghsta, half HP, gets a bit of damage in response, but I mean, holy moly, a near flawless. If Zell just doesn't die at the beginning, you still have 5 alive as OR reclaim a lead.
Indeed. Slowing things down just a touch. But OR are confident as ever in this play. Continue to look to press the issue, but they could be in for some trouble as DSG does have a 4-man stack on this area right now.
Oh no. Oh no, the op shot goes wide. Fortunately, Genghsta here to pick up the pieces, and look at the kill feed. It's all DSG.
30 seconds left.
As Lear swapped to the op moments ago, we'll find a kill onto Steel, but down to 16 HP. And of course, you know that damage called out onto the Sova. We'll swap to a rifle. Now look to take the fight forward. To be met by Clear and XXiF with 14 seconds. Have to try and get this one planted. It would take a heroic play, and he almost does it, but Clear catches him tapping the spike, and we're headed to... Oh, and he's aggressive.
Oh,
He's
super
walked
aggressive.
all the way up here. He's still got his dash online. We'll see if he gets value before this one subsides. He might even stay just a little bit too long. He pushes through. Jonah 6 there to help him out. And now everybody headed for the hills, but they want to fight it right back out towards long. A Nebula smoke is up, and they can hide on the inside as the drone for information. But a beautiful snake bite finds a kill on to Lear. Now it's OR trying to walk away, licking their wounds, to spray through the walls, and look at the HP dust. Jonah and
man.
Zeldris hurting.
I mean, they pretty much were at the point of no return as far deep as they pushed into long B. They couldn't really escape, and DSG knew it, and they ran them down and trapped them behind pillar, and the snake bite finishes the job, and now Jonah might get flushed out as well. Oh, no, the snake bite doesn't make it over the wall, and now Jonah's able to line up a couple of kills. How has this been allowed?
Low in HP, he doesn't die to the spam, so they're not quite sure if somebody is still there, and the one bit of utility to go over the top to clear it out, it misses, and DSG get punished for it.
And that's the finer details that can wind up winning you and losing you games, especially when it's
30
this
seconds
tight,
left.
especially when it's in overtime and the pressure's at its peak. That is such a big-time play, but we are still at an even 3 versus 3. Spike is still yet to commit fully to B-site, but it will now. And Ziz found Nilly just to add to the edge for disguise.
Ooh, and I don't know if Zeldris was spotted. Spike does get planted, and only one remains. A pit is down, clear. Trying to right his wrongs here in this round for allowing Jonah to deal as much damage as he did. It's the healthiest member of them all. Pure, spots the shoulder of one. Now has to work through the pit. This is where things start to get scary. One star to play with. Viper just on his right, and he gets that spike halfway. He wants to go the whole way, and clear denies. DSG back in the lead.
Team to help close this thing out. Turret still watching the cross to play contact off of. Alarm bot still available on the stairwell, as well as a nano. They walk right by it.
Deal with the turret. Swarm grenades go out. They jump right on into him, but Lear lines him up and takes down 2. Unfortunately, numbers were equal
30 seconds
until
left.
that happened, and DSG on the back foot once more. 2 snake bites to play with, the Prowler to work with as well. Unfortunately, 3 of these defenders, they're on the wrong side of the map from one another. They're going to be pinching the site top to bottom. It's all 3, like a jelly donut. The filling spills out. Holy moly. Nilly almost gets that done with just a classic. And now the defenders, they can work together once more. A star goes down. A haunt is available. Clear to tap onto the spike, trying to bait out the gravity well. I don't think that one was used. No one said it's a Nebula. And they're not expecting the Astra to be here. The backstab onto one. Clear. Now the tap onto the spike. He tries to walk up on the angle. PureVNS has to play the time. And has he done so successfully? Clear once more with the tap. Here comes the jump peek. He'll die behind the box. And it seems like Clear might just have it. It comes down to the wire. And just like that,
Defenders
can you
win.
believe it? 0.25 for the DSG series win.
Oh, a nail biter from start to finish. Even the last round couldn't let you calm down. It had you on the edge of your seat, whether you get to defuse and